A 6 different race winner, and if I dare say it, a 6 of the best. This has been a tremendous performance today from the man who started on the front row for an 11th time here at Silverstone and is on for a 9th Grand Prix win and his race of a 15th consecutive, the 15th Silverstone podium, a 12th consecutive podium. He is the man who raises the bar, who raises the stats, who takes things to stratospheric levels. And he's only got 3 corners now. He can see the crowd. He is ready to kickstart the celebrations. 8 times we've said it before. Here's a night for you. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix. Super. What a super.
Oh wait, we're on div 3. Sorry, mate. I was watching some highlights for the 200th time.
Oh.
My bad, mate. My bad, mate.
Awesome, no worries, mate. Totally acceptable. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Summit League Racing. We are here for the opening of the Division 3 season here in Season 13. We're at Albert Park, and qualifying is underway then for the opening round of the season. Joining myself as SLR Corey on comms is, well, the man who was my teammate when we both won the SLR F2 Constructors Championship back in Season 7. It's the one and only Sem F1.
Good evening. We are here hoping for another fantastic race. We got a fantastic race in Div 2. We got 2 fantastic races in F2 on Thursday, and we have a full grid for Division 3. I feel like, despite the game not being the best, I think there is some fun to be had with this game, and people are coming out in their droves, and the league is looking promising. Div 3 should be very competitive. I'm expecting multiple drivers up there. We've got the likes of Hicklin, Bad Otter, Moley, Danny D. At a first glance, are potentially my championship favourites, but we'll have to wait and see.
Indeed, we will. I'm currently on board with, I think the man who was first out of the pit lane, Bad Otter. Yes, it is in the Mercedes. So yeah, as Sem said, Division 2 last night. Again, spoilers if you did not watch that. Make sure to go back and watch it, because what a fantastic race it was. Well, LSJ Runder ran away with it really after taking the lead. He took the race win. The battle was kind of for P2 right towards the end of the race. It was between Hayes and CJ. That was half a tenth of the line, and if Division 2 was that good last night, fingers crossed, Division 3 is going to give us his equal action. Bad Otter through the first corners had a bit of a shaky start, but the all-important thing is, especially around a chat like this, where chat limits is a big thing, is to just get a lap time on the board.
Yeah, just get a lap time on the board, and make sure you go quick. That's basically how to do a qualifying session. Yeah, that's Bad Otter. Interestingly, he's not used any of his overtake button in the first sector, so someone in the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team chat has not informed Bad Otter on a good strategy for qualifying, despite saying that they have the best possible team in all of the drone constructors. Oh, he's using it! Never mind, that is the biggest commentator's curse, but in a good way. Bad Otter's using a bit of his battery. It's looking like quite a clean lap so far. Bad Otter, multiple-time Division 3 race winner, of course. Missing out on the championship last season. It was only a small gap, I believe, to Mr. Halo, who has been rewarded with the championship win by a promotion to Division 2. So yeah, I expect the Bad Otter to be quite up there. Let's see what kind of time he can set. So 1:17.9.
It is. That is the first lap time on the board then. As we've just seen from Bad Otter, is the next car across the line was going to be... Is that the guy we were going to call Dave 3?
I think it is. Yes. Yes. Perry.
I'm not even going to try and say Dave 3.
Yeah.
Real ones know who the real Dave is. Legendary Danny D in the second, the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team car across the line, beats his teammate by 0.4 of a second to provisional pole.
It is the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team at top 2 at the moment, as Colden has gone about a second behind Bad Otter.
And Lofty is now across the line to be P2 for the McLaren team, and Charismic, I think that's how you say it. I don't want to call him Day 4. He's just gone into the top 3 now as well. We've got cars finish their laps left, right and centre. Paul Gascoigne just came P5. Gaza Bridger, which I think he's got a fan in the chat. Kevin, good old Kevin. So excited to watch Gaza Bridger tonight. He is the real deal. Well, let's see if he can handle it in what is undoubtedly the summit of online racing.
Absolutely. Div 3 classic division, and I'm sure he will put on a show in that McLaren. The 2 McLarens so far in the top 5, as Rico just crossed the line, as has TIR Spider Jr., who's put his car into the 117s. So it's looking like 117 is a pretty solid lap time in Division 3. I believe Pole was a low 116 in Division 2. So if anyone gets into the 16s here, then that would be a sterling lap. That is for sure.
Indeed it would. I'm currently on board with Fat Ted in the Ferrari. They had a very tough race in Division 2 last night, if you remember, Sam, with Devil Noob and Gandhi.
Yeah, Gandhi needs to buy new flip-flops, that is for sure. Because that was not a very good performance.
Oh, poor Gandhi. Yeah, Gandhi pole position last night, 1:16.0. We'll see how close we can get to that this evening. And then it just kind of went downhill from there, really. Good evening, SLR Liam, Ferrari fan. Speaking of down on the Ferrari, he's just got off the road as Fat Ted, so clearly the Ferrari curse has carried its way to Division 3.
Yeah, the Ferrari curse has indeed carried its way to Division 3. We won't get any red flags to interrupt any certain Ferraris running in this session, thankfully. But yeah, that's... I was going to say an uncharacteristic error from Fat Ted, but it is not an uncharacteristic error, if we're being honest. Ted loves to send it. He loves to explore the limits and then some, it's safe to be said. Is it harsh to call it a characteristic error? I don't know. That's a little bit.
No, I think he'll let you off. He'll let you off.
Ted will find that funny.
I know I'm a bit of a blind bastard at times, but Maxwell's on the hards.
Yeah, Maxwell, he's doing the SLR Evo in McEwen Strat. That's what Evo usually does. He likes doing a little bit of race sim kind of in quali, but I don't get that because Maxwell has practice for this race. So we saw Owen go on the mediums in quali yesterday.
We did, yeah. Which I actually gave that a go earlier, and they're surprisingly really good over one lap.
Yeah, they're actually right. I was really surprised. But I'm not so sure about the hards. Maxwell's done his 120.4, but he didn't really use that much battery, so...
On board, yeah. Aston Martin, best on Moley. He's been moved down to Division 3 this season and fully expecting him to be fighting near the top. He's about to get his first lap time on the board. Where's the Aston Martin driver going to go? It's going to be P6 in the end, 7/10 off the pace. So a bit of time to find for the former Division 3 champ.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm expecting Moley to be up there this season, just simply down to consistency. That's what he's really good at. As Fat Ted's 2/10 up on whatever his lap time was. I mean, we don't really know what it was because he had that little moment. Yes, it's 1:31.2, but it's not really a representative lap time. But here we go. Can the Ferrari lift that Ferrari curse? Coming up towards the line now. P1!
Ooh. There we go. Ferrari on pole last night. Ferrari on provisional pole tonight then. Gandhi
Ferrari
on pole yesterday.
Ferrari
Can
dark
they?
horses?
I don't know. Well, the points not given out in qualifying. That's one thing for certain. So they need to get it right in the race. Gregors is the next man to potentially get a lap time on the board in the Visa Cash App OnlyFans Racing Bulls. He's about to round the 14th final corner in Albert Park Circuit. Bit of a snappy back end through the penultimate corner, but towards the line now. Where can Gregors put that RB? Across the line goes P8, 1.3 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, that's a bit of field spread so far, it has to be said. That is kind of to be expected. But yeah, solid top 10 qualifying position so far from Gregors.
Ooh,
as I'm looking now through my non-biased Williams lens at Dave 3, see what he's getting on with. As he's just rounding the final corner, using that overtake button. K1 skies up into P5 for the Williams team. And Dave 3, 3 thousandths behind him. Yes! Double top 6 the Williams. Let's go.
Oh, Ballotta, that was a slide and a half out the penultimate corner. He's backed out of it into the pit lane he goes, but that was more like the World Rallycross Championship than Formula 1. That was insane. SLR Moley, a new fastest first sector of the session, has just gone 3/10 quicker than his previous lap. And heading to down the back straight he goes, and he's catching up to McLaren, so fingers crossed that doesn't get in the way if he isn't on a lap. But DRS now, one of 4 DRS straights around this track, and I say it's one of the easiest tracks to overtake. So, I mean, it kind of is, but it's also a very tough track as well to actually perfect it.
Yeah, I'd say it's easy to overtake in the DRS zones if you've got a clear run on someone. But it's one of those tracks that it's incredibly hard to battle, so it kind of sounds like a bit of a paradox. It's easy to overtake but hard to battle, but it's such a narrow track, and as we found out when doing laps, it's very easy to put other drivers in the wall. Sometimes by mistake, sometimes not by mistake.
Indeed, I wonder if we're going to see any cars into the barrier this evening. I mean, he saw Fat Ted in the wall earlier on. And,
into the barrier.
Going to be the last. Oh, as Danny D, that was really poor, has just gone into the barrier, going through the chicane. Finally, we know the Morgan Masher. And the Mercedes car somehow getting away without any damage there. TRR Spider in the meantime has just gone into the top 5. Modi was holding that place. He's just been knocked down to 6th by the Alpine. Good little lap there from Spider. He's got a fan in the chat as well. The Roch wishing him the best of luck.
The Roch is his dad, actually. Well. The Roch is Spider's dad.
Is he?
Yeah.
Ah.
So yeah, so definitely will be rooting for the Alpine driver, that is for sure. That's a good quality lap there from Spider. Yeah, and also as well, someone who's on a pretty good lap is SLR Hicklin, of course, author of my personal favourite moment in the comms booth in SLR history, and it was quite a long time ago, but we must never forget it. But Hicklin, also the most capped SLR driver in history, the most races of any driver in this league. So a very seasoned campaigner, Hicklin.
I found that out fairly recently as well. I did not know that, but yeah, again, every day's a school day, I guess. Maxwell is still going around on his hard compound tyres, so he's literally doing a race sim by the looks of it. Let's go on board with the other kickset. He's 2.5 tenths down in the first sector. I don't think we've got anyone on a competitive lap time at the moment, but it's still Fat Ted out in front on provisional pole by a tenth, just over a tenth. To legendary Danny D, about 1.3 seconds-ish off the Division 2 pole time last night. As Roger's put, it's his first full season line only for him. Again, yeah, especially when in lower tier, it's a bit harder to get used to turning off to the assist. I mean, when I went no line for that one season, that was an absolute shambles for me, and it just caused more problems than solving any. But yeah,
But definitely, I think it's where you have the most room for improvement as well. So yeah, I mean, oh, Gasly Bridges just hit the wall. Poor Gascoigne.
Ooh, I tell you what, Dave 3, is it? No, sorry, Charismic. Sorry, I doubted him because I said he was 2.5 tenths down in the first sector. He's just going on the front row, a tenth of Fat Ted.
He found half a second in the final sector. Is he going to have enough time to do another lap? Yeah, he's going to have plenty enough time to do another lap. So. Charismic playing himself nicely into play.
On board with Fat Ted now, going through the first sector. He's stowing that Ferrari all the way through the corners, and towards the first sector split he goes. Can he improve on his 117.3? He's been top for the majority of this session. At the moment, he's a little over 100 up on his best lap time.
He's using medium ERS at the moment on his quali lap, and he's now gone to overtake, so interesting ERS strategy from Fat Ted. Maybe he doesn't realise that we can look at ERS modes and he's actually sandbagging, but...
Oh, Badotter's crashed out the final corner. That's his qualifying over and done with it.
Oh, no!
It's to P9 for Bad Otter.
One of the championship favourites, Bad Otter. That is not ideal for him in the slightest, and all the way back down, as you say, in P9. P9 or worse, to be honest. Oh, Fat Ted's had a moment out the third to last corner. I think his lap time was looking pretty good. He was a couple of tenths up on his lap, but he's made a mistake.
Gregor's Dave up into P5.
Oh, it's Gregor's that's improved.
Yeah, Gregor's in the RB. He's up into P5. Good evening, LSJ Rundle. Hope you're well. See you in the chat. And 3.5 minutes left to go then in his qualifying session. It's still Fat Ted at the top. We saw him, unfortunately, not improving his lap time. He had that mistake potentially put off by his teammate. But we're not going to speculate. Through the first sector, Dave 3. them has just gone 2.5 tenths quicker in the first sector, in a purple first sector. He is, oh my god, he caked his battery.
He is cooking though. He's 2 tenths up. Really smooth run that through the final chicane, but he is now pretty much almost run out of battery. So let's see how that translates into sector 3. Looks nice and smooth at the moment. Oh. Why do I speak? Why do I speak?
It's a very easy corner to make a mistake. I've done it many times so far.
Yeah, that inside curve is
licking
brutal.
that curb.
That inside curve is brutal.
Hang on a minute. The Mercedes AMG Petronas Alpine driver, that's going to be a weird one, is nearly 3 tenths up in the middle sector. He's just shooting well inside the top 10 here. Can the Alpine, but the Petronas man. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Can he get this corner right? Yes, he can. He's nailed it. 2 more corners to go. Turn 13 and 14, the final corner. And no, he's going to back out. He's into the pit lane then. So maybe he thinks he's got a bit more time in hand.
Maxwell has said in the chat, those hards felt so nice, sad they won't be needed. What do you mean? It's a hard medium or a medium hard?
Is it a wet race?
Maybe.
Has anyone pinged us in the streamer chat? I haven't actually looked. Yes! Yes! It's a full wet race.
Oh!
That is why.
I see.
94% all the way through. That makes perfect sense now.
Oh, I apologise, Maxwell. But I thought you were going to do a 2-stop. I mean, my bad. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. We're on 3 cases of jinxing, and we are 15 minutes into qualifying. So yeah, that's good stuff.
Board with Stars Orphan at the moment in the Red Bull. He's got 1 more corner left to go now. Hasn't got much ERS to get to the line. We've got yellow flags as slow cars. We've got just over a minute left on the clock. Where can Stars Orphan improve too? He crosses the line. Only 1 position. Only goes to P16 in the end. That's going to be the best he can start for this Australian Grand Prix. Next car across the line is going to be Gazzo. He's about to start his lap. It's going to be Ted Punisher. Oji Amez with DRS all the way up to the line. Where can he improve? That has to. The Joint Constructors Champions last season can only go P12 in the end.
Yeah, decent lap by it to Punisher. But yeah, not enough to break into the top 10. As I'm looking at K1 Skies, aka SLR Battle, aka SLR Flush, coming up towards the line now. What can he manage? P2 is 1,000th of a second off pole. Wow. What a lap.
Jesus. Wow. What about Spider? Spider's invalid. He crossed the line, 117.5. It wouldn't have been good enough for pole position anyway. Have we got anyone else just about to finish their lap time? I'm going through the field. I can't see anyone. Maxwell's on an out lap. Gazza's on his lap, but nowhere near the finish. I can't find anyone. Ted Punisher is backed off. That's his qualifying done. Spider's going. Moley is also on a lap. Legendary Danny D comes across the line. Can't improve. Fat Teddy's up by 1/2 tenth in the first sector. Gazza Bridge is 1/2 second down. We've got. I can't actually find anyone here. I'm scrolling through them.
Yeah, I think a few people like the likes of Lofty are on their outlap, so maybe we'll see some improvements right at the end. But Fat Ted is wasting absolutely no time. He wants to extend that qualifying, that pole position time, that pole position gap.
Oh, he lost it there at the 90 degree right. We saw him make a mistake here a lap ago, and he's nailed it this time around. Hasn't got much ERS to get to the line, but he's a 10th up on his lap. Goes through the 13th and now the 14th and final corner of this Albert Park Street circuit. Down the Walker Straight we go for 1 more time with Fat Ted. Can he improve on his provisional pole time?
Yes,
he can by 2/1/10 of a second. It's a 1:17.1. Can anybody beat that? Danny D's not improving. Neither's Modi. Lofty is 2 tenths up. We'll keep an eye on him. Gregors is nearly 3 tenths up.
Gregor's absolutely flying, absolutely sending it through the final sector. Lofty also improving. We are going to have some improvements at the death here.
Who's going to take it though? Lofty is behind, so we're going to stay on board with Gregors then in the RB. Through turn 12 now, the right-hander has nailed it as the RB driver. 2 more left. Left-hand and then a very fast flat-out right. Rounds the final corner. He's going to have DRS all the way to the line. So 1:17.132 they need to beat. What can Gregors do in the RB car? He crosses the line now. It's the 1:17.3. Goes onto the front row. What about the Haas of Mantas? He crosses the line. Can't beat it. What about Lofty? He's coming up to the line. Stays P7. What about Danny D? No, that's his qualifying over and done with. And that is qualifying done. And it is Fat Ted. 1:17.1. They couldn't beat it in the end. And it's Fat Ted who takes the first pole position of the Division 3 season.
Fantastic qualifying session that is. really close throughout the field. The top 15, considering that this is a bottom division, the top 15 are separated by less than a second. That is brilliant stuff from Division 3, I have to say. And it sets up what should be a really exciting race. In the rain, oh boy. Oh
yeah,
boy.
we're gonna have
this is what I came here for. This is what I came here for, this wet weather.
Mm-hmm. So then,
But anyway, yeah.
there is your qualifying results on the screen then. It is Fat Ted who takes the first pole position of Season 13 here in Division 3. He's got Gregors alongside him, a 10th and a half back, with K1 Skies rounding out the top 3. Charismatic at the end. He got his kick sour up into the top 4. Legendary Danny D and the Mercedes will round out the top 5. Moley, great return to Division 3 for him. He's in P6. Lofty P7. SLR Hicklin in P8. Mantas P9 and Dave 3 will round out the top 10 then. And yeah, as you said, what a qualifying session that was, Sam. I said a lot last season. Division 2 was very, very close. We had a very close race yesterday, and well, Division 3 wants to throw its name in the close hat with just about a 10th and a half separating the top 3.
Yeah, that was excellent. Oh, it's heavy rain. That is a lot of rain. I can immediately see. Wow. Well, good luck, everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
That is,
there is the grid.
That is, for lack of a better word, pissing it down. I have to say, but that is.
Yeah, to say the least. Absolutely.
Full wet tyres will be required. It would be probably red flag conditions in actual F1. In fact, this kind of reminds me of the downpour we experienced at Silverstone a couple of weeks ago for the Porsche Super Cup about 2 hours before the F1 race, where the heavens absolutely opened. I checked the weather forecast, thought it's fine to go to the fan zone bit, get a bit of food, whatever, and then the heavens opened. And
my God, were you wrong?
Yeah, don't think there's ever been a more soaking wet person in the entirety of human existence than, well, pretty much everyone that weekend. And that is those conditions again today. He said 90. Now Maxwell said like 90+% throughout the entire session. That is, yeah, full wet tires. I also heard apparently intermediate tires are apparently just as quick as full wet in full wet conditions on this game as well. So if it dries up slightly, pardon me, maybe we might see some inters as well. But at the moment, Albert Park Street Circuit is bordering a lake, of course. I think it'd probably be drier in the lake.
Probably, yeah. Looking at my screen right now, it is still absolutely chucking it down. Doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. We are readying up at 27, so we've got another 3 minutes. I guess let's get predictions in then. Chuck your top 3 and P11. Good evening, SR Liam. In the chat. I mean, Sam, it's going to be. We mentioned the 4 DRS zones we got here and how easy it is to overtake. That's completely redundant in these conditions. What do you think the top 3 is going to be? And of course, P11.
Well, last race we had a Ferrari on pole, and the Ferrari did not win the race. I think that's what we're going to see again today. I'm going to back SLR Moley to get the victory. I think the Whitehead will shine out. I think Gregors will finish P2. And I'm going to go for Danny D in P3.
Ooh.
And then P11, I'm going to go with the Punisher. Oji Hammers.
Oji Hammers. I like that. I'm going to go. Let's have a quick gander at the chat, actually. Oh, I can't actually see the chat. There we go. We've got Chicken Rosie's put Ted, Gregors, and Moley. Dolphin has put Ted, Gregory, and Moley. So very similar. I think I'm going to go K1 Skies for the dub. I'm then going to go Gregors P2. And I normally go with someone a bit lower down. I'm going to go Bad Otter for P3. He's normally a pretty handy driver. as well, just in general, but especially in these conditions as well. And P11, Ferrari curse. Let's go Fat Ted. Sorry, Ted.
And how many DRS zones? No, not how many DRS zones. How many crashes are they going to be? I don't know why I said DRS zones. No DRS zones. It's fucking rain.
How many crashes? I think we're going to have 8 DNFs. I don't think we're going to see a red flag, but I do think we are going to see 2 safety cars.
Red flags are indeed on, I believe.
Indeed. Let me have a look. They are, yeah. They're on standards here. Rules are all good. We're all grand. Race could be stopped by rain. I don't know if that's actually a thing on this game or not. I know obviously it can like increase the chance of a red flag if there is actually a crash.
I think it's like when you get thundery conditions. When you get the thunder icon, then you get a safety car because of the rain.
I remember we had that in McEwen a few seasons ago at Japan. I think it was season 8 or season 9. Good times they were. I think we should be getting underway. I think this minute we're not going to get a tap countdown. We're just going to head straight into the race course. No formation lap this season because it is impossible to warm up the tyres, and will be even more in these conditions.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Countdown.
You say that, but I wonder what temperature they'll have the wets at, because the wets are the only tyres in F1 that don't have tyre blankets in real life.
That's true.
But then usually they have it a bit higher up than the tyre blanket temperature anyway. But I don't know, it's F1 20.
Sam, take it away for the start.
There we got 5 lights. The lights are out and we are away. Not a very long hold on the grid whatsoever. And it looks like Fat Ted's had an excellent start. Close behind him is K1 Sky trying to make the move on Gregors. But Gregors goes a little bit deep, but they do just about make it through unscathed. How about behind? What kind of incidents are there behind? It looks fairly clean so far. No yellow flags as of yet. So everyone seems very well behaved, very cautious. But as looking a bit further down the field, personally, I'm looking currently at Bad Otter, SLR Moli, Mantus. And I think they went 3 wide into turn 5. That's probably not the best idea. As Mantus has hit the wall. Mantus has hit the wall. What have you spotted then, Corey?
Yeah, I've kind of been watching that battle as well, to be fair. 3 wide into the car park section was very risky. Always a kicks out, but nearly losing it there. That was Charismac nearly into the barriers. We have got a car off at the back. That I think that is Scott Laney. It is Scott Laney, who's lost a load of positions. I think has got away with damage free. But not a good start for the Ferrari. Maxwell's having a few problems as well. But out in front, it's still Fat Ted leading. Or is it? Because look at K1 Sky. He's got a lovely run out of the chicane, out of turn 10. He might think about making the move. He's on the inters.
Round the outside, he is on the inters.
He's the only man on the inters.
That's what I was saying. The inters are actually quicker than the full wets in these conditions. So K1 Skies may have pulled an absolute blinder by going on the intermediate tyres. Wow.
Wow, well, that is... I tell you what, you said it, but I didn't actually expect to see it. And K1 Skies, as you said, has kind of rolled the dice, and it's worked for him. He's a second clear at the end of the first lap.
That is wheel knowledge from K1 Skies. I respect that a lot. But we'll have to see whether we can keep it on the road. He is absolutely flying, though, it has to be said.
Hang on. Did you go in the Williams team chat?
K1 Skies is a reserve. He's a reserve.
Is he? Oh, okay. You know what? I'll let you off. Oh, Fat Ted and Gregors are going side by side. Gregors has gotten very deep in the RB. That's allowed Ted to hold on to position. Bad Otter has made some fantastic progress. He's up into P5.
Yeah, your prediction that Bad Otter will be up there is looking very, very good. Your prediction that K1 Skies will be up there is looking very good.
Wheel knowledge, what can I say?
Wow.
Pure wheel knowledge.
As looking at it, Dave has actually gone onto the intermediate tyres after having to change his wing in the pit lane. So maybe Dave 3 can fight back on those inters.
Got change. Second place. Gregors is now up into second. Past Fat Ted, who's having a bit of a rush start in that Ferrari, not enjoying these conditions. Legendary Danny D is looking a very quick driver in the first of the Mercedes cars. He's thinking about going for move Ferraris. It'd be a bit late to go for it here. No, he is going to wait behind. 2 tenths is the gap. Oh, a huge slide there from the Ferrari. We've got yellow flags at the back. I think that's Gazza who's gone off.
Oh, it's Gazza, yeah. Wrong McLaren. It was Gazza, and he's losing it again, and he keeps on losing it. And he's finally straightened up his car.
Hey, congratulations. As Maxwell has made his way through. Fat Ted's into the pit lane.
Is he going for those inters?
Potentially. We'll stick on board with him to see if he does. The Ferrari crew are out very, very late. What's new? And yes, he is going on to the intermediate tyre. So he's changing already, realising he's potentially on the wrong tyres. But yeah, you're cool at the start to say, you know, the inters could actually be as quick or quicker than the wets, regardless of the conditions. There's very much paid off for K1 Skies here, as you said, a reserve for the Williams team. But with it being a full grid, points are still going to go to the team. He's having a fantastic. I think this is his debut, but I'm not 100% sure.
No, K1 Skies was SLR Flush.
Oh yeah.
Really.
Oh,
So
yeah,
this is not
I
his
remember the
debut.
guy. He's been through every Formula 1, Formula 2, Formula 3, Formula Regional European Championship driver that's ever existed with gamer tags. He must have spent about £6 on gamer tags.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, Moley has made some great. I did see an overtake from him earlier as well. To be fair, fantastic move. He has lost a position. I think he's on Patronus, but he's all over the back of Mantas now in the Haas. He's gone a little bit deep, but if anything, he's actually been pressured by Mercedes-AMG Patronus Formula 1 team now.
Yes, indeed. Mercedes-AMG Patronus Formula 1 team 34 is looking to make the move on Moley, and he has a really good exit here down the inside of that Alpine, and he's up into P7.
That's commentator's curse. It's just I was bigging up Moley. Bad off the TV, closing up to the back of his teammate now. It's just got down to a second, so he started to gain a little bit on this lap. K1 Skies, new fastest lap of the race, 1:32.2 for the Williams driver. He is in dreamland out in front. Probably can't see much still with the rain, but 3 seconds clear of Gregors, who's on the wet tyre.
As Darnell said, Inter's quicker than wets in torrential conditions. Nice game. Now, before the Canadian Grand Prix, I would have said that's kind of realistic because the wet tyres are actually awful on the F1 game, but we saw how quick that Haas was in the Canadian Grand Prix. Exactly.
Go. He's nearly got a race ban. Can relate. On board, TIR Spider Jr. He's closing up to the back of SLR Hickman. Who's the biggest winner from the start? It is, I think it's Bad Otter. 8 positions gained. Yeah, it is Bad Otter. 7 positions as well from Mercedes-AMG Patronus Formula 1 team car. There's been a crash. It's Colden who's hit the wall. He's got front wing damage as the Aston Martin. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I missed that. Patronus has made the move on Charismac, and he's going to make it back, actually. They're nearly 3 wide into the chicane. They're still side by side.
Oh, this is... They're giving each other a decent amount of space. Fair play for not making that a lot worse than it could have been, because that was a very, very risky place to make a move, it has to be said. Fat Ted has already found his way up into P12 on those intermediate tyres, so he's got the bit between his teeth.
Oh, Charisma, that was close. Huge slide there at 12, sorry. Nearly losing the car, but caught it nicely. New fastest lap again from K1 Skies. Maybe it is getting a bit drier out there. It's pulled another 7/10 to Gregors this lap, so just proving the intermediates are very much the better tyre out there.
Absolutely. Another thing I noticed as well when doing laps on this game is that a dry line does form when you do laps on wet tyres. I found that you gain a lot of time throughout a session on an intermediate session. And I wonder whether that is because you see that groove coming in, that racing line coming in. So that should mean that lap on lap the inters are better and better and better.
There's Colden with that damage has entered the pit lane. That's going to be a rough ride back to making his way up. And the 2 Mercedes cars have swapped around. Bad Otter has made his way past his teammate Legendary Danny D. I think that was a bit of team play work there. At a corner you wouldn't really see much overtaking at. So Bad Otter has had a fantastic start in this race. 9 positions gained. He's into the top 3.
Indeed he is. That corner, of course, infamous for the Mercedes of George Russell this season, with the incident with Fernando Alonso. But the 2 Mercedes have managed to make things go through this time.
Bro just said the incident with Fernando Alonso. What are you on about? Oh my goodness me. Oh,
the brake check. The brake check.
Oh, Patronus with the battle with Mantas for P5, and the Haas round the outside. It's through and into 5th place now.
The Patronus is not giving that up, but he dips a wheel on the grass there, does Patronus, and has to get the place back. Does well to not avoid any further damage from that, because dipping a wheel on the grass is deadly.
And here we go then. I nearly just said DRS. SLR Moley with the slipstream closing up on the back of SLR Hickling once again. This is for 7th place. He didn't get the best of run through turn 1. Then look at the 2 cars behind him. Charismac and TIR Spider getting very close to kick Sauber, nearly losing it out of the first corner. This might give Spider a chance.
Down the inside goes TIR Spider. Oh, but they make contact. Him and Charismac. Charismac has to back out a bit. And that is TIR Spider up into P9.
More points heading the way of the Alpine team as Charismac still the only driver with a 3-second time penalty so far. I've got a feeling that will not be the last that we see this evening. Lap 6 of 29 in this Australian Grand Prix. Counting down the laps. And 23 to go when they cross the line. They're still absolutely soaking in this Albert Park circuit, but it's still the intermediate tyres that are the quickest. Out in front, it's still K1 Sky's extending his advantage now to 4.2 seconds ahead of Gregors, who's doing a good job in a world of his own at the moment.
Yeah. I have to say for that intermediate tyre, shout out to Alex Gillen, actually. Alex Gillen's YouTube video that he released like day 1 of the game, where he said that inters are quicker than wets and poor wet conditions. And he wasn't wrong. It's good to know.
Very good to know. Because, I mean, it does tend, especially in previous seasons, it's tend to absolutely piss it down and make you win a lot more than the other divisions. So I am very much anticipating rain tomorrow.
I'd love full wet tomorrow and nobody else to go on intermediate tyres. That'd be lovely.
Unless they're watching the stream, then you didn't hear that. I've done a bit of wet GP mode around this track.
SLR Darnell, SLR Liam are definitely in the stream. Anyone else who's racing tomorrow in the stream?
Hi guys. Good evening, SLR Liam.
I can't see him in the chat for some reason.
No, he's hovering. I know he's hovering. There's no way he's not. He always hovers in every stream. Oh, the Mercedes! Oh, Danny D's hit the wall. I think he's got damage. He's hit the wall again.
Disaster for Danny D. Was kind of falling backwards, which is why he let Bad Otter go, but has now fallen backwards even more. Can we see? Does he have damage on that wing? I don't.
He does.
Think
He's missed the end plate. Right hand side. Yeah, right hand side end plate.
Yep, indeed. That's very odd because didn't he hit a left hand side wall? So, did he hit a right hand side wall? Because I don't know.
I think he hit a left hand side.
If he hit a left hand
unless
side,
he had that damage before.
Yeah, I don't know, but that is not ideal whatsoever because when you're in wet weather conditions, you need as much downforce as you possibly can. So, a lack of a front wing really does not help that. It's the yellow flag, Hicklin!
Hicklin has spun. Right-hander. He's round. The RB, I think, has avoided the wall. He's going to lose a handful of places now. He's outside the top 10. He's let Fat Ted through. And, yeah, what was looking like a pretty decent race for the RB driver is now fell his way outside the points.
I just thought I'd point out something with Fat Ted. I've had a look at this gap to leader. I had a look at it a few laps ago. Fat Ted is lapping the same pace as K1 Skies. And we've seen how much K1 Skies has bolted from the rest of the field. Fat Ted, that early pit stop onto the intermediate tyres, could be inspired, you know?
It could be. But yellow flags again. We've got Ted Punisher off at the back for the second time, I think, in this race. Good evening, SLR Liam. I see you in the chat. Doing racing laps because apparently Corey can't race properly. That's the biggest load of shit you've ever come out with in your life. So get racing, go quicker, and just shut up.
It's the Punisher. No.
I think he's stuck. Is it? Oh no, he's gone round again.
He just about escaped from.
Oh, Mantas! Oh,
and Petronas, Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team's up there as well.
He might be about to overtake a Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team car, Ballotta.
He might. He's got 90% battery.
Off?
Does he have damage, maybe?
I can't spot any damage on the front wing, but he's going to lose 2 positions here. Petronas ran the outside of the Mercedes-AMG Petronas.
He's let them both go. He's let them both go as Bad Otter. So I don't know what's up with him. He's lost a lot of time. Oh, I see his problem. I see his problem. Look at his throttle input. I don't think his throttle input is full. I could be wrong. I think he might have equipment issues.
Potentially, yeah. He has got the fuel light on, so maybe he's trying to save some fuel. Oh my goodness me, he's 1.12 laps under fuel. Is Ballotta, so I don't know if he's done that because of the rain. But
as Mole has come into the pit lane to put on, presumably, a set of intermediate tyres.
Potentially another inspired call from another driver to try and make some more ground later on in this race. But yeah, Ballotta was on such a charge, and I don't know if it's the fuel issues, meaning he's having to back off considerably. but that could be his race now over and done with.
Yeah, we'll have to see whether that's just a temporary issue, whatever it was. But Bad Otter, he's dropping back, and I think he's going to have to let his teammate go. And his teammate has damage. Has there been some kind of contact that's damaged Bad Otter's side pod or something that we don't know about? Because that is very hard damage to spot. His overtake is
stuck on as well. He has not turned his overtake off this whole lap.
Maybe that's the issue.
Is his button stuck on or something? But like, I'm literally not like. Look at that! It's just stuck on.
Oh, he's got it off.
He's got it off now. Yeah, I don't know what on earth's gone on with Bad Otto, but yeah, I think there we go. He's let his teammate go. But legendary Danny D is now back into the top 5, and for the top 3, it's Patronus going down the inside of Mantas in the Haas. Can he make the move work? He's still got the inside line for turn 12, and he has got the move done. Patronus is now into the top 3.
Patronus is having a fantastic run, up 11 places in this race. Really, really a wet weather master. Akin to Mr. Andrea Kimianzani at the British Grand Prix a couple of weeks ago. It has to be said.
I knew you'd say that. Yellow flags at the back. We've got a car who's I think it's just gone off. I think that might have been SR Moley potentially, or Rico, one of the two. And that has allowed Moley now through into 12th place.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hicklin's just coming into the pits. So we'll have to see kind of... I'll have to double check Moley's sector 3 times, see whether it was Moley. He lost about a second on sector 3 to what he has done. He is in the intermediate tyres, so I think that must have been Moley. The little error, but it looks fine. He looks fine.
Coming on board with Lofty. He's closing up to the back of Scott Laney now in the Ferrari. Lofty was one of those that decided to pit for the intermediate tyres earlier on, and it is very much paying off for him at the moment. Can see himself into 9th place. Has got that 3-second time penalty, which is not going to help him in the slightest. But he's going to try and gain as much ground as he can now, so it doesn't hurt him later on.
One thing I'll point out with the Inters is that I think Moley may be the only driver on the Inters that potentially can go to the end of the race. I think he's pit just about late enough to be able to stretch those out 20 laps. And maybe that's Moley's thinking as K1 Skies comes into the pits. That's an early pit stop from the Inters for him.
Yeah, they clearly have died off very quickly, but he was having a great time out in front of those intermediate tyres. He was the only one to start on the Inters, and he's going back on. He's going on to the full wet.
He's going on to the full what's? Oh. Everyone else has boxed for Inters and K1 Skies. I think he's been nothing but quicker than everyone on the intermediate tyres, and he's gone on to a set of full... sorry, my brain's malfunctioning. I don't understand. Charismatic is just set the fastest lap of the race on a set of intermediate.
Yeah, I think that's just... Oh, Danny D, 3-second time penalty.
Has K1 Skies just thrown this race win away?
Potentially. I mean, he's either done another inspiring call, or one that, as you just said, has potentially just cost him this race. He's looking very shaky on those wet tyres. And, oh my goodness, he's just lost it on a straight.
Bruh.
Oh, we've got to move. Danny D is closing up to the back of Mantas. This is the final podium place. And
Rundle reckons he may have just not selected the correct tyre to change to. Like,
not as close as he's on the grass, Danny D. That is true, yeah. I mean, you do sometimes just have a brain malfunction yourself when driving the car and just forget to do something as simple as that.
Bro realised how clear he was
there.
Inters, so chucked the sandbags on by putting on a set of wets.
Yeah, potentially.
That's a roundabout way
get
of
moved up after
sandbagging it, he said. But that's creative. I'll give him that.
Yes. I can't say I've heard that one before, but... Yeah,
actually, they are quite close performance-wise to each other. Looking at Moley's fastest lap compared to Gregor's, it's like a couple of tenths quicker. So I don't know. Gregor's has got good pace on those the tyres.
Is he going to send it? No, he might. He's had a little look. He's braked very, very late. He's lost more time with that send, if anything. Losing it under braking, and that's allowed Mantas to pull a bit of a gap now.
Indeed it has. NED, of course, also carrying that time penalty. Let's have a look at K1 Skies then. put on those set of intermediate tyres. And oh my, that was scary. See, he's looked completely unflappable in P1 on those on those intermediate tyres. Put on a set of wets, and suddenly his car looks like the second coming of the Ferrari F14T.
Ouch! That is harsh. Good evening, SLR Liam. I think I need to get a tally for that tonight. So I think I've said it 4 fucking times now. K1 Skies! Oh my goodness me! I thought he was going to hit the back of Bad Otter. Then that was very, very close for the Williams driver. He knows Bad Otter has not got the speed he had earlier on in this race. Potentially needs to fuel save a lot. K1 Skies is his chance to potentially get back up into the top 5. Then down the main straight we go. They're about to start lap 13. They are now starting lap 13. Down to turn 1 goes K1 Skies and takes that 5th place away. SLR Moley making the move on Lofty round the outside of the final corner. You never normally see it there. And he's up into 9th place. Has Fat Ted's just made an error, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was Fat Ted or if that was someone Fat Ted was fighting with. Moley has set the fastest lap of the race on those fresher intermediate tyres. Got a lot of clean air, has to be said, as Moley, as Hickman just goes fastest as well. So maybe Moley can make his way up. Potentially challenge for the podium. I don't know.
Oh, Fat Ted! That was a massive slide. I don't know how on earth he's caught that.
Drift Simulator 101.
On the grass. Oh. I mean, I remember F2 a couple of seasons ago absolutely chucked it down in the sprint race and everyone was just smashing into that barrier, me including, because just the understeer you'd have with no power steering in those cars. It's like watching it again here. They're just all understeering and oversteering at the same time, and oh wow, that was very, very close for Fat Ted to lose it again.
Yeah, but still, with no retirements yet.
I'm really shocked. I thought, oh, for goodness sake, Ted Punisher's gone off again. I genuinely thought that was about to say he's retired then.
Oh,
that would have been great timing. Moving up front, towards the front, K1 Skies, I think, might be about to make the move on Danny D. He's dispatched of 1 Mercedes, a new fastest lap for K1 Skies. He has absolutely rinsed his battery, but it's a 31.5 nevertheless, and he's about to potentially take P4.
Yes, he is. He's got used to those wet weather tyres, and looks pretty quick on them. So around the outside, very aggressive on the brakes on Danny D. Leaving a car's width. A little bit of wheel banging, but all fun and rubbing his race in. Oh, that was a bit... Oh! Danny D has lost the rest of his wing.
I think that was inevitable when you're going too wide into that corner, let alone in the wet. K1 Skies with damage to his front wing. Danny D has now lost his whole front wing. He'll be into the pit lane for a fresh one. And do wonder what the stewards are going to think about that after this race. K1 Skies was looking very, very comfortable for the first 10 laps of this race in the lead. And ever since pitting for the wets, it's probably the worst decision he has ever made in his life, because that's now very much cost him the race win.
Indeed, that is what happens when you get yourself into traffic, get yourself into incidents. When you have that much of a lead, you don't need to react. You need to just react. You don't need to make the aggressive decision yourself. And I wonder whether that's what Gregors is doing. He's now reacting to them, to potentially finding out that K1 Skies has got damage.
Oh, the two Mercs, and nearly collided twice there as Danny D onto the grass. Is he going to pit off into pit lane? Yes, he is, with that front wing damage. Gregors and Mantas into the pit lane for fresh tyres. Gregors for wets, Mantas for wets as well, as they don't think the intermediate tyre is quicker just yet. TIR Spider is now closing us at the back of Bad Otter, sorry. And we've got kind of a three-way battle going on here because Gregors has just came out ahead of them.
Indeed he has, and he is still a few seconds behind K1 Skies. So with that damage, K1 Skies is still in the effective lead of the race.
3 wide! Oh my goodness! Moley's just been forced onto the grass. Lofty and Mantas are going wheel to wheel. Moley will not be a happy chappy at all. Oh, and with the outside line, the Haas of Mantas has somehow held onto that place.
Yeah, Mantas, on those fresh wets, needed to make sure that he did not lose any time whatsoever, and now has to have the task of hunting down the likes of Fat Ted and TIR Spider.
Fantastic. Now got his teammate James ahead of him, who's a lap down. So he'll be hoping he doesn't hold him up too much. Ghosting will be on anyway, so shouldn't be too much of a problem for him. In fact, Teddy's now closing up to the back of TRR. Spider has just got his way onto the grass a little bit there. You don't want to do that too often. Badotter's doing well to hold on to fourth. He's recovered very well, avoided all the chaos that's been going on around him, but still needs to save a considerable amount of fuel. Fat Ted is all over the rear diffuser of TRR Spider, and the Alpine's teammate is into the pit lane.
Indeed he is. Lap 15, so we'll have quite fresh tyres for the rest of the race. Go on to another set of wets as well. And let's see where the Mercedes-AMG Trucks Formula 1 team comes out. It's going to be quite close with Mantas, I think. Oh no, it's not. It's nowhere near Mantas. He's a few seconds ahead. Never mind. I was wrong.
Are we a man of the people?
I think we are a man of the people.
Well, we're going to have a full on-board lap with Gaz. Actually, no, we're going to ride on board with him for the remainder of this lap. I mean, you could choose to say anything or not, and if absolutely anything goes on ahead of him, we are not switching to it.
Oh, he's actually looking quite clean, you know, on board. This guy's a bruiser. Fair play.
Yeah. On the request of Kevin, so enjoy. There's a move for P4, but no one cares about that. We only care about this on board of Gaza to the end of this lap.
Yes,
very nice,
indeed.
turn 12. Into 13, down to second gear, kisses the apex nicely. Punisher gets another penalty, but who cares? Oh my god, he's onto the grass.
Oh, he's nearly lost it to the inside as well.
The screen time pressure's got to him. He's lost it.
That's impressive how you can run off track wide and on the left and on the right on the same corner. That's quite a talent, has to be said.
There's a 1:35 that lap. Is about 2.5 seconds off his personal best. So there's some screen time for Gaza there. We've got a move for P8. SLR Moley has made his way back past Lofty into the top 8 now. We've got an RB off of the back. That's Hickling going off at turn 10 again.
Indeed, it is.
And Danny D. Danny D's the next one to go off of the corner as well. Down to 14th place he goes. His race is going from bad to worse.
You see, you were gassing up the Mercedes team chat. Oh yeah, we got the best team. And Danny D has well and truly jinxed you.
Look, no one's perfect, right? Look at LH. He had a perfect Silverstone near enough, and now he's gone to Hungary, and they've been crowd striked. So
yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
Very true. Bad Otter's in a decent position. Yellow flag in sector 3. Who's that in sector 3?
It's Dave 3.
And
the
the best person to go on board with is Gaza, as he's just rear-ended Dave 3.
Oh dear. Poor Gaza. Move was potentially on. Danny D's into the pit lane for a fresh set of intermediate tyres. Have we got any other moves further up the field? TRR Spider's closing up to the back of Bad Otter, who's nearly lost the car again through turn 5. And the Alpine is looking on rails at the moment compared to the Mercedes just ahead of him. Well, don't use your overtake through there, for goodness sake!
Oh, around the outside goes Hickling. Is Hickling going to make a double overtake? He's not really got any battery low. They hit each other again.
Oh! This is so... Oh my goodness me! How on earth have none of them not ended up in the wall there? I do not know! I thought he was going to come straight across him there. Bad Otter has dropped down to 11th place, 2 positions lost in a couple of corners there. TRR Spider has made up 2 positions and he's up in the 9th. Hickling is in the middle of the boat. K1 Sky's only fastest lap of the race. Yellow flags at the back. That is a full safety car. Rico is in the wall.
Wow.
Contact with Colden.
What do these drivers do under this safety car? A few of them have only just pit, remember? We're seeing quite a few drivers. Bad Otter's decided to pit, even though he's on completely fresh tyres. Sure, I guess.
Psychological advantage. That one lap means everything. Oh, Stars Orphans got the first pit lane penalty of the season. Congratulations. You get the medal for that. Probably the one medal you don't want.
SLR medal is another medal
I knew you'd say that. I literally set you up for it.
But this could be a good opportunity for K1 Skies to change his front wing and get on a new set of tyres, because he lost 4/10 to Gregors that lap. Gregors was getting that gap down. He'd got it down from about 4 seconds when he came out the pits to 2.5. And I think though, oh, Colden, I And I think...
Oh, he's the next one.
Oh, bad auto!
Oh.
Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team are not having a good
This kid fills me with a lot of hope tomorrow.
This...
Oh, well. So
Hey, once guys, he's coming into the pits. Has he selected yes on his changed wing? Or is he going to not change his wing at all?
Has he got... Oh, yeah, he's got damage in it. I forgot about that. Yeah, but does it actually replace it whether he passes yet or not? Gregor stays out. Petronas also stays out. Is he getting a new wang? He is. He's getting a new wang. Is he getting the inters on? Yes, he is.
Hello. Content. Where's he going to come out? Because there's a big train. Look, there's a big train on the start-finish straight.
Mantas has stayed out. I think
Mantas going to jump him? Is Mantas going to jump him or not?
It's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight heading down to turn 1. Past safety car line 1. And it's K1 Skies who comes out in P3. And I tell you what, we said earlier he's potentially bottled this race. His safety cars brought him well back in it. As who's off at the back? Colden, where the fuck are you going? Roses to the Fernando Alonso.
Bro is exploring.
I've just watched him reverse out the fucking gravel track.
What? He stayed off track.
What did I just see?
Bro,
where is he going?
He's doing some lawn mowing.
The grass is damp. I mean, I know he's a lap down. He's letting everyone go. Catch up, Colden. Oh, don't hit him! Jesus Christ!
Oh dear.
Oh, this is why I tell you what. This is why I love
it was that. It was 10.
You don't know what you're gonna see.
But I'll tell you what we do see though is we see a decent mix of tyre compounds near the front of the field. And Gregor's is on pretty much the oldest tyres of all.
Colden! Oh my god. I mean, the cars behind him are going to be absolutely hating every...
We have a safety car, but there's 4 cars that are behind the safety car.
The safety car's going too quick, man. Colden apparently has lost all force feedback.
Oh.
Oh my goodness me. Is he going to bring it into the pit lane? Oh my god, he is bringing it into the pit lane. That might be safe. Is he going to retire? Don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. Jesus Christ, that was close. Don't speed. Oh, he's retired to the pit lane anyway. So yeah, that's Calder's race over. He said he lost all force feedback, which is understandable to why he's retired. So then, lap 20 and 29, we have 9 laps to go. When we cross the line, potentially a safety car is going to be in this lap. If not, we'll have one more. It's Gregor's who's out in front there. 5-lap-old wet tyres. Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team car in the Alpine is in P2, also on the wet. K1 Skies, who was the race leader, thought he threw it away, but now is very much back in it on fresh intermediates and a new front wing. And Mantas P4 on the wets, and the rest are on the intermediate tyres, as you can see on the left-hand side, but with a lot of penalties. So about nearly half the grid now.
And that is to be expected at Australia. It's a very easy track to run off track, get a little bit of track limits. Someone who also is looking good is SLR Moley on those fresh intermediate tyres. The 2 drivers ahead of him with penalties and 3 drivers on wet weather tyres. Things have opened up a little bit, that has to be said. To be honest, anyone could win this race.
Colden can't.
And probably neither can Punisher.
Well, technically he can.
He's a lap down.
Needs nothing, mate. First retirement of the season after 49 laps of racing, LSJ Wunderler's puts. Yeah, we had no retirements in Division 2 yesterday. So yeah, the first retirement of the season is Colden, which is, well, of the F1 season, should I say.
We were all hyping up. We were all hyping up Australia as a track of death. But, but no retirements. What do you know? Other than Colden, obviously. You said 8 retirements. You said 8 DNFs, and we've not had a single one due to damage.
Yes, I'm really surprised, to be fair. We've had some near deaths, but
watch half the grid retire tomorrow. It's a really hard. It's a really hard game to crash, to be fair. Like, even I'm not spinning much, and says a lot. I think Badass is trying to serve his drive-through on the safety car, but it's not going to work.
Oh no. He's getting a new wang. That's why.
Oh.
He's got damage again.
This is not been a good race for Mercedes. Oh, I'm going to keep on reminding you.
I know. You're going to keep saying this every lap until the end of the race. I'm probably going to say it after the race.
How does it feel that a man named Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team is going to score more points than Mercedes?
Become in big trouble.
Oh, one thing that's quite fun is have a look at the amount of pit stop there's been this race and see how many have been for front wing changes.
Not
Not that many actually, like 11 or 12. If you go race director and then pit stops.
Oh my
goodness
me.
One. There's been a lot of pit stops this race.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only been 10. So
I remember a Monaco race where there was 40
in
in Division 3 in a race I watched. That was fantastic.
40?
Yeah.
Was that the red flagged one?
I don't know. The red flag one didn't have all the laps, so there wasn't really as much chance. Is Maxwell going to catch up to the safety car? That is the question.
He's not. He's 100% not. There is no way. Oh my goodness me. Punisher has just got all over the back of Charismatic there. Hopefully he stays out of the way.
Gazza is on fresh tyres and has no penalty. And is on intermediate. Well, he's got freshish tyres and he's got no penalty. And he's on intermediates. And he's going to catch up to the safety car. Yes.
Hang on, we've got an overtake.
The fan
Gazza's made a move.
Oh no! Now what happened is he approached the safety car train.
Here we go. Here we go then. Gregors is going to get us underway. Is he going to go early? Is he going to go late? It kind of looks like he's gone already, but that might just be the conditions. Kind of.
No, he's at like 10% throttle.
Yeah, he's kind of cruising it through the final corner. He doesn't really want to give a slipstream down this main straight. When's he going to go? Has he gone now? Can't really tell. Now he's gone. And he hasn't really caught anyone napping, to be fair. He's got a bit of carnage behind. As we're back under green flag, are we? I've still got safety car on my screen.
Pause and unpause. And I think it fit. Oh, no, it doesn't fit. Oh, yeah, that's a glitch. That's a glitch. It's a visual glitch for commentators. I mean, it says the safety car's up, but the safety car is not up. So, yeah.
Oh! Patronus is going. Oh, the contact!
Oh, through goes Fat Ted and Mantas. Wow. Capitalize got out.
Oh, the Alpine!
Those guys make contact. Oh, they have come together twice on this opening lap. And we're fighting over a podium place, but are now way back down in P4 and P6. Not the worst thing. The one, oh, K1's guys just killed Fat Ted. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Oh my goodness me, that was quite the. Oh, he's on the grass as well with K1 Skies. What on earth is going on? Gregors is licking his lips because he's just pulling away out in front. It's a second clear. As is Mantas, 1.3 seconds clear of K1 Skies. We've got to move into the chicane. Lofty Patronus. How on earth has he kept it straight? Patronus has lost another position. The McLaren is now up into 5th.
Wow. And SLR Moley is looking to try and see if he can gain that position on Patronus on those wet weather tyres. But yeah, Mantas and Gregors have bolted. K1 Skies does have that murder of Fat Ted looming over him. Spider's gone!
Spider's off.
But K1 Skies is looking racy.
K1, I can't even say it. K1 Amazi. K1 Amkazi. I can't even say it. Sky.
K1 Amakazi. Amakazi.
That's how you say it. I can't say it, but my English is awful. Kamikaze Sky.
Patronus on Lofty.
Having a look down the inside. Oh yeah, he's going to go. Nearly. But the McLaren has broke very, very late. That might give the Alpine the opportunity he needs to make his way through. Covers off the apex, does Lofty. He should get him on penalties regardless. But Patronus could potentially be back in the fight for a podium here if he manages to make the way through. We've got cars off at the back. That is Spider again who's off.
Yeah, you see, there's that age-old expression, safety cars cause safety cars. And there have been so many incidents just on the safety car. Oh.
I thought he was going to go for a 10.
Mate, when he's on the middle of the track, you go left or you go right. You don't go into his rear end. You've already done that once. Honestly.
Hicklin has made the move on Charismatic. I think he's made an error at the chicane actually, because Danny D has now slithered his way through.
Indeed he has. Danny D is up into the points. Grismick's nearly lost it. Yeah,
He's got damage as well to the front wing, I can see there. So he's going to be holding up all
yellow
the
flag
cars
set to
behind.
3.
One car off, that's Punisher again.
Oh.
I don't know
I think he was my pick for P11. It's not looking good, bruv.
As Rico has lost the position to Fat Ted now. He's now up to P11. Good evening, SLR Liam. I think we had a Ferrari finish P11 last night as well.
I think.
No.
Yeah,
what Skies always have a pen? Or has he just got that?
He's just got it. He's just got it. I wasn't really paying attention, and then he just appeared with a pen. Yeah.
I was to say, I couldn't remember him having a penalty. Yeah, that is going to be a key factor now in this race. The top two, after penalties, kind of a bit clear, but Mantas, if he wants to win this race, he needs to pick up the pace a little bit. But he also needs to be looking at his mirrors. Is he going to fight K1 Skies that hard? He's rinsing his battery. Hopefully he doesn't run straight into the back of the Haas like he did here on the previous lap. He's looking to the outside. He's looking to the inside. Both of them are absolute caking their batteries. The Williams still look at the outside. Hasn't got any battery left to go for the move. Mantas will hold on to that position.
Indeed he will, but does K1 Skies get a good run? No, he doesn't get a good run. I am just making noises whenever people have moments. I think that's...
Oh! I didn't even do that loud on the stream. It sounded like a bomb.
I've heard you make louder noises over Xbox chat. To be honest.
No comment. No comment. Round the final corner goes Mantas. Has a little slide. K1 Skies about half a second back. Is nowhere near close enough to go for a move on the main straight. Surely. Hicklid is all over the gap at the final corner. He's close on Danny D. We have got a move. Dave 3 has made the move on Gaza.
Barely anyone has any battery whatsoever in the top 10.
Oh, Hicklid was sideways through turn 1, about 90 degrees. As Bad Otter, only fastest lap of the race, at 130. I think that's the first man into the 130s, if I'm right. There it is.
Yes, it is, yeah. Fastest lap by a mile. Just shame he got a drive-through. He's only 19 seconds off the lead, but there is 4 laps remaining. There's only 4 laps remaining. Wow. That's...
Oh! Fucking hell, Skies. I don't know how he didn't lose it there going into 6. That was a really good catch, but... And he didn't even lose in much time, somehow. He hit the apex all right, but... As a TRL Spider into the pit lane, has retired. That's his race over and done with. Was looking very, very good for the Alpine driver. And that's his race over and done with. The Haas of Mantas nearly losing it mid-chicane. That's got K1 Skies all over the back of him now. This battle, like it was yesterday, with CJ and Hayes. The battle for P2 is going to go for the line. Unfortunately, penalties is going to kind of ruin the fun for us, though.
Yeah, it might do. I have to say, Mantas had a very strong race. A very quiet race as well, it has to be said. You have a look, his position changes. He's up 7 places. He's kind of just quietly made his way through. And only a couple of seconds off. Oh, and then he loses it. As I was saying that.
In the moment, Petronas is going to be the biggest winner of the race. He's going to gain 11 positions after penalties at the end like this. He's going to end P3. And I mean, I think for sure, definitely my driver of the day. He's been here, there, and everywhere. Been a bit under the radar at times, but when we've seen it, it's been spectacular.
And it has all K1 Skies goes deep. Oh, don't ruin Mantas's entire race. He's had a fantastic race and does not deserve to end it in the barriers. I'm scared. I'm so scared.
He's getting so close. So am I. He's gone so deep. His Skies.
Bro!
Oh, what a cat!
He's done that about 10 times.
Patronus might not need to get it on penalties here, because look at the straight line speed he's got compared to Lofty. Closed up towards turn 10. Is he going to go for the move? Is he not? Go looking at the inside.
Skies is sending it.
Behind.
He's sending it. And can he make that move down the inside? Does he break later? No, he doesn't. He's cautious.
Moley. Moley with a lovely potentially move. Can you make it stick? No. Petronas got an okay-ish run, but Moley is in the last bit of this race is looking on for potentially a podium if he can get past Petronas here.
Yes, he is. He doesn't have any penalties, and he is still quite close to K1 Skies. The gap is over 3 seconds at the moment, but anything could happen in this battle for P2, to be honest.
Oh, the Oh, came on Skies. He's got in a
Petronas deep.
huge snap.
Petronas has gone deep, and Modi's gone through. So that could be Petronas' podium chances all gone. As SLR Modi's made his way up into P5, he just has to find 0.6 of a second to be on the podium ahead of K1 Skies. What an ending to this race.
This is brilliant. I'm glad I chose to be here tonight because this is a fantastic race so far. And we've got 3 more laps to go until it is all over. At the moment, Gregors is going to be the man to take it in the Visa Cash App RB. Mantas is going to get P2 as it stands, but he's got a battle with K1 Skies. It's going to go all the way to the line. Don't enter the wall! No!
No! He's done a police pit manoeuvre, is the best way of describing that, quite frankly.
Oh no!
And pinned him into the wall.
I feel so bad for Mantas. He had a fantastic race. He did not deserve that in the slightest. They're 3 wide ahead.
He's gone up into P5. Where did that happen?
Patronus gone off at the chicane, and he's got damage. Lofty, K1 Skies is round. He's gone straight on. And the 90 degree right hand, it is all happening here on lap 27. SLR Modi could be on for a 2nd place here. Hicklin's going to get on the podium potentially.
He needs to gain a couple of seconds to finish above Lofty, and that suddenly, that is a full-on battle for the podium potentially between Hicklin and Lofty. The gap's 0.7 of a second effectively. Fat Ted's found his way back up into the top 10. I'm not quite sure he's managed that. But yeah, K1 Skies, after leading pretty much the entire race, let's just say is I don't know whether to read out Joe's nickname for him.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not reading that out. I don't want to get cancelled.
But I agree.
Wrong,
I agree.
I agree, Joe.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, you know,
so let's get our
a lap and a half to go.
We got 1 lap left. Get the position changes up, and let's get our driver of the day in.
Danny D might have changed Patronus here. Going towards the inside, don't it, and in the wall. Danny D, Patronus, don't fight it! He's hit the wall! He's got more damage now, does the Alpine. Danny D's through into 5th place, but it is all going on in the latter laps of this Australian Grand Prix. And at the moment, Lofty's going to hold up to 2nd place here because he's pulled a 3-second gap to Moley.
Yeah, Lofty's absolutely flying in these dying stages. And yeah, again, kind of someone who's kind of completely out of nowhere.
I don't know who to give driver the day to at this point. Gregors is kind of checked out and just been on his... He probably doesn't even know what's gone on behind him.
As the Yellow Sector 2, that is K1 Skies again.
Karma.
Yeah. Yeah, all of us. All of us Mantas fans.
Justice for Mantas. I feel horrible for him. He's driven perfectly up to that point. Ballotta and Dave 3 are making a move into turn 1. He's all over the grass. And he's nearly in the wall. Ballotta! Oh my goodness me, he's in the wall! And he's letting back through. He did hit the back of the Williams there. That was very, very close. And Gazza's going to get P13 after this. Who is it that's his big supporter? Kevin Bridges is going to be well happy with this.
He is. He's yeah. Gazza, the safety car brought him back into the race, but he has managed to go without penalties. As I think there's a move between Petronas and Danny D. I'm not sure if that's Danny D binning it or what. I don't know.
We're going to go back to the front though, because Gregors, who's been leading this race for what feels like an absolute age now, has not got Scooby-Doo what has gone on behind him. But one thing's for sure, he's kept his head cool and probably a bit damp as well. And now he's only got a few more corners to go to take the opening round of this season. Petronas and Danny D going side by side. The Alpine has made his way through, but Gregors then rounds the 14th and final corner for the final time here at the Albert Park Circuit here in Melbourne. And he's going to cross the line to win the opening round of the Division 3 season. It's Gregors who takes the Australian Grand Prix. Lofty will cross the line in P2. He was going to drop to P3 after penalties because SLR Moley is going to finish P2 on his Division 3 return. A fantastic drive from the Aston Martin driver. SLR Hicklin take a bow. P4 in the MVU. Petronas could have been on for a podium, could have been on for a win, but great job with P5 nevertheless. Stars off from 16th on the grid will finish P6. Fat Ted was also up there. He was on pole position, and the Ferrari curse hitting him as well in P7. Rico in P8 from the back of the grid gets points. A great drive that's gone unnoticed. Badot to P9, and Scott Laney from 19th on the grid gets points as well.
Well, that was eventful. The only person who's had, I'd say, a normal race has been Gregor's. Everyone else, carnage.
Oh, Gavin Bridges in the chat. Give the man racer of the day. What a debut driver. His mum's up cheering. Oh, I mean the people's driver of the day is going to go to Gaza, but I mean Sam, who's you going to give your driver of the day to?
Oh, I mean, I think I'm gonna say Lofty. I think I'm gonna say Lofty. He's one that I've not seen on the podium for a decent while. He's someone who's been plugging away for quite a while. But yeah, just kept out of trouble. Made a couple of nice overtakes. And finds his way onto the podium.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you there. Either Lofty or Moley, I think got to be up there in my driver of the day. Petronas, if he didn't have that contact at the end, I think would have been it. Stars Orphan as well. I think stand out as well from 16th on the grid. Same with Rico from the back to 8th. But yeah, we're going to get the top 3 in the party and have a good, top 2 in the party. As Greg is already in, he's on it like car bonnet. Moley, get yourself an ease in it. I don't think we can talk to Lofty. I don't know if he's...
Lofty's on EA.
On Xbox account. Yeah. So unfortunately, we're going to talk to Lofty. But you know what? Let's talk to Hicklin instead.
Well, that's
Hicklin and his Echo. Hicklin and his beautiful Echo. Maybe not Hicklin with his Echo.
I've already invited him, mate. So. Oh, you know what? Gaza. Let's get Gaza Bridges in.
Yes. That's what the people want. That is what the people want.
We're just going to get like, I don't know, we're going to get like 4 drivers in then. Gaza Bridges. I need to try and find him.
No, I agree with Joe. K1 Sky's driver of the day.
Where is he? Gaza Bridges. K1 Sky. Oh, yeah, I've just clocked. Gaza Bridges, where are you there?
Lofty does have
Get
the
in the
app
party,
on the
my
PC.
guy. So then, let's start off with who was it that finished P3 in the end? Was it?
It was Lofty P3, so it was Moley P2. Moley P2.
Lofty might be
Yeah,
away.
so,
Give me a second.
There we go, here's Gaza. Should we leave the best till last, or?
Yes.
Let's leave Gaza till last, the absolute go.
Yeah.
So then, let's start off with SLR Moley then. The man who finished P2 in the end in the Aston Martin. Moley, managed to just about keep your way out of trouble at the end of the race. I saw you in the wall at one point, but you've recovered your way to P2, and what a way to return to the to Division 3.
I don't remember being in the wall at one point. I must have fell asleep at the wheel for a second. But no, that was a horrific race to say the least. Those conditions were not pleasant at all.
I was going to ask you about the conditions, actually. I think I saw you were like going 3 wide with someone down the second DRS straight, and I just saw you all over the grass, like riding the wall. But, I mean, clearly it didn't affect you that much if you can't remember it. But, yeah, those conditions look very, very tough out there. And how are you finding it on the wet tyre compared to the intermediate tyre? Because it seemed like it was a bit of a mix.
There seemed to be no difference between the 2 tyres, especially at the end there. Everybody was doing equal laps on the wets or the inters. There seems to be no differential between the 2 on this game, unless if it's wet-ish conditions and the inter's the better tyre. So the wets are basically null and void on this game, it seems, unless you are in a swimming pool.
Yeah, very, very true. Again, massive congratulations to yourself today. We're heading to Spa-Francorchamps next week. How are you feeling for round 2 of the season?
Oh, the Spa feels fantastic on the new game. So hopefully I can keep the nose clean again and capitalise on penalties.
Fingers crossed. We'll see how you get on. Anything to add, Sam?
I have to say, well, yeah. I have to say, congratulations on P2. Kept without a penalty, kept calm, and the wise head usually usually wins out in Division 3, as we saw 2 seasons ago. So, well done on the P2.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you,
Gregors!
Sam, for the race winner.
Now, started in and around that top group. Lost a few seconds to K1's guys, but it seemed like kept it calm, had very good pace compared to pretty much the entire rest of the field. And then once guys was making mistakes, you stayed firm and got what I believe is your first Division 3 race victory in a long time. So first of all, congratulations, and second of all, how do you feel your race went and everything?
Jeez, mate, I'm absolutely shattered after that. The concentration on those conditions, Jesus. I can't remember a thing of the race. The smallest little thing, and your back end was going, and then you relaxed, and then the front was going. Oh, God. I'd sort of give up, though, when Case guys disappeared. Sort of committed myself to second, and he just never came back past when he's had his pits. I don't know what happened.
I hope you do watch the race back to see what else happened, because you missed what can only be described as a bit of a bloodbath behind you in those conditions. Bit of chaos behind the safety car.
Yeah,
now,
I was amazed there was no safety car. I was just like, right, I'm on lap 20, no safety car. What's going on here?
Indeed, and only
conditions.
one retirement in the end as well. Two retirements in the end. So, and on to the rest of the season. So you have very strong pace this race. What are you kind of hoping for the rest of the season? Then you got a win under your belt, which is the perfect start. How are you going to try and build on it?
I'm hoping for a championship push in this one. I've had a couple of close calls in SLR, and I want that championship this time.
Yeah. If as they say, if your goal isn't first, then why are you even racing? And yeah, there's no better way to start. Anything to add for it?
No, just again, massive congratulations to yourself. Managed to keep yourself out of trouble. And yeah, potentially a championship charge on for yourself. Next week we head to Spa. How are you feeling ahead of round 2?
Yeah, I love Spa. Hopefully it rains again. No, hopefully it's dry next week. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Spa. It's really good on this new track, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Best of luck. And we have got Lofty in, actually, so we can actually get to talk to him. I didn't actually realise he had Xbox, so I'll get him added as a friend on here, so we can actually potentially talk to him in the future if we see him again. Make sure I have your box ticked, by the way, so we can hear you on the touch. Keeps overheating. You get the game back up so you can actually hear everyone. This is second night in a row now. Lofty, massive congratulations on P3. Just missed out on P2 at the end with penalties. Talk us through your race.
Yeah.
Speechless. He is speechless, and I can't blame him.
He's on the PC. He's probably trying to get Mike sorted, all the freaking settings changed.
Fair enough. While he's sorting that out. Oh, there we go. Lofty, yeah,
Yes.
Talk us through your race. Indeed, massive congratulations to yourself on the podium. Heading to round 2 next week with Spa. How are you feeling ahead of that one? All the best. Best of luck. Sam, anything to add?
Well, yeah, I think it's been a long while since I've had a chat with you, Lofty. Hope everything is well. And how are we enjoying Division 3 at the moment? There are a few familiar old faces that are kind of getting back onto the game. We've got a full grid again tonight. from what I heard, it seemed like you were in quite a decent-sized party as well. So, sure you had a bit of a laugh as well. Sort of you had a bit of a laugh as well tonight. So, kind of, just a bit of an unorthodox question, kind of a thing. How are you enjoying after about 1 hour on the game? League racing on this game. Yeah, I hope so. Definitely was nice and close. I think it was less than a second separating the top 15 in quali, I think it was. It's very close. Yeah. Yep. And on to Corey, to ask a question or two from one of the fan favourites, it has to be said, this race, Gaza.
Indeed. Gaza.
You
Again,
are, guys.
massive congratulations on your debut. Make sure you got your box tickets. The people want to hear from yourself. P13 in the end.
Yeah.
May not sound the greatest, but bloody well done. You are clearly a fan favourite in the uncult hero, sorry,
Sound like
of
my
Division 3. Sorry, uncult hero of Division 3 and SLR, gentlemen, by the sounds of the chat. Talk us through your race then and, well, your SLR debut.
Well, I think I spent about 95% of it sideways. I was losing a bit of grip through turn 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, all the way through to the last corner. It's horrible driving conditions and like that. It's good fun, but yeah, that's so tough. And I've only really had the rig for about a couple of months, so I'm just kind of getting back into it. But like, I finished, and I'm just happy with that. Just feel sorry for Lofty. He's the one bringing the points in, and I'll just be swanning around the back.
Wow. Well, you're making the people happy, especially with what we've seen in the chat this evening. So we're loving it. The chat are loving it. You're loving it. So again, massive congratulations. How are you feeling ahead of round 2 next week? We've got Spa coming up next week. Do you think that's maybe one we're going to see you get your first points of the season?
Honestly, I doubt it, but I hope so. I like Spa. It's a good track. Hopefully that don't rain. Sorry, 1 second. Mum, 5 minutes. Yeah, I ain't got homework. It's the summer holidays. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Sorry about that. Bless her. She just needs lotion rubbing in places you don't want to know about. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good season. And I like to sort of thank Colden. He kind of got me into it. So yeah, it's good fun. Good group of people, it seems.
Brilliant.
Little mini rivalry between you and Colden maybe this season.
We have got a wage one, actually. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
We're pushing the pounds out, 5 of them. Ooh, big bucks.
Ooh.
But we'll see how it goes.
That's the whole pint in the south.
Yeah, exactly. Too right.
Now we know where his force feedback issues came from then.
His dinner's getting cold. By the way, who is this Kevin Bridges' biggest fan?
So that's a couple of workmates. They said I'm currently at work. Yeah, and my colleagues are streaming it through the smart TV upstairs. And one of the new guys was calling me Kevin by mistake, which wasn't even close. So yeah, let me give me some shit, but like in a good way, I suppose. Bit of banter. Gotta love it.
They've kept us entertained on stream. I've loved every second of it. Sam, anything to add before we wrap up?
I don't think there is anything to add. I think that's summed it up perfectly, to be honest, mate. And yeah, on to the final race tomorrow of the weekend in the Huon division. Myself and Corey will be racing in that, so please make sure to tune in. Dubzone F1 Diesel Dominator will be streaming We'll be streaming that race. Should be a good one. And then off to Belgium next week, or Qatar if you have a fraudulent F2 calendar.
Hey!
Catch you all later in a bit.
Good